Good morning, everyone. It's 10 a.m. We're about to begin our proceedings. Welcome to Vermont's, specifically Bakersfield's 235th Town Meeting Day. Wow. That's right. We have several generations of youngers here, so that's excellent. That's right. And of course, this year is our 250th anniversary of the forming of the United States, this July 4th. So that's another amazing feat. For those who don't know me, my name is John West. I've had the privilege of being the town of Bakersfield moderator for the past year. You see me once a year, so it's a great job. I'd like to thank you all for attending today, and also to thank all the town officials and volunteers for all the work they've done and the service they've done in the past year for the town. So, as every year, unfortunately, we're going to go over the basics of Robert's Rules. I'll try to be as quick as I can through here, but it is a little bit of a chore. Robert's Rules of Orders are the basic rules we'll be following today for the town meeting, except where Vermont state law takes precedence. We, the body, cannot change state law. However, we can suspend Robert's Rules with 2/3 of the vote if desired. An article must be moved and seconded by the body, then restated by myself before it is under consideration, and a debate on the article may begin. The person who made the motion to move the article has the right to speak first if desired. Articles may only have one amendment to at any given time. We must finish with the current amendment first before moving on for other amendments. Once you've spoken on an article or an amendment during the open discussion session, you will not be recognized a second time until all other voters have an opportunity to speak once, at least once. Robert's Rules only allows a speaker to speak twice on a given motion, and the time limits is a total of 10 minutes. Any motions, remarks, and discussions must be addressed to the moderator. I will do my best to recognize you in the order that you raise your hand. Please wait until recognized before you speak. When recognized, please stand if you're able to. State your name clearly for everyone to hear your comments, and speak loudly so we can hear you. There is a wireless mic that Brian has over here that he will gladly provide if needed and or as questions come up. Your comments or speeches must be confined to the merits of the current discussion and or article. You are not to engage with other people in the audience. Please avoid attacks or anything that would be considered inappropriate. Vermont state law prohibits consideration of any article that you have not, prohibits consideration of any articles that have not been duly warned. So anything that you want to discuss will go, that is not on our current warning, will be discussed in the final steps. There is no votes taken there, it's just open discussion. We cannot make any binding actions under the final article titled Other Business, nor can we amend a warned article to deal with business that has not been warned. Reconsideration of an article is allowed by Vermont state law up to the point we begin working on the next article. To reopen an article for any concerns or amendments. To open an article for reconsideration, whether it was voted down or passed, a person on the prevailing side would have to make a motion to reopen consideration of an article. Again, this has to happen before the next article starts. If there is a concern the moderator is not doing their job properly or doing something out of order, please let me know. You have the right to challenge any of my rulings, and of course I'm not perfect, as I've proved in prior years. Only registered voters of the town may vote at town meeting day. I ask at this time those who are not registered voters in the town to raise your hands to be recognized. Your role today will be an observer, and you may not take part in the vote nor discussion lest someone wants to make a motion to suspend Robert's rules. So please make yourself known. Thank you. Let me make sure I did that last bit. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America. We'll now take a moment of silence for reflection before we begin. And now, without further ado, on to the business of the day. The legal voters of the town of Bakersfield, Vermont, are hereby notified and warned to meet at the townhouse in said town of Bakersfield on Tuesday, March 5th, on Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, at 10 a.m. in the forenoon to consider and act on the following articles and vote by Australian ballot for Article 2, which states, A, shall the town appropriate $440,000 for the road work budget? Shall the town appropriate $421,509 for the town budget? C, the Bakersfield Conservation Committee, the BCC, asks voters of Bakersfield to approve the establishment of a conservation fund, a conservation reserve fund to be allotted for conservation projects including agriculture, forest, wildlife, recreational, or other use consistent with our mission. The fund will be used to leverage additional monies to support these kinds of projects. Monies may accumulate over time before being used on a specific project. The select board will oversee the fund. The BCC is asking the town for an initial investment of $10,000 into this fund. D, we have a select board member 3-year term position open. E, select board member 2-year term open. F, the listers have a 3-year term open. G, the listers have 1 year remaining on a 3-year term open. H, the auditors have 2 years remaining on a 3-year term open. I, the auditors have a 3-year term open. J, the planning commission has a 2-year term open. And K, the planning commission has 1 year remaining of a 2-year term open. That is for the Australian ballot. Polls open at 10 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. Thank you. Number 1. Yes. Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry.
Withdrawn.
Yes, sir.
Withdrawn.
Thank you. Number 1, to elect a moderator for the ensuing year. Do we have any nominations to be moderator? Lance.
Lance Lawyer, I'd like to nominate John West for the position.
Paul Stanley, I'll second that.
Are there any other nominations for town moderator, this job? Seeing none, we'll put it to vote. All those in favor to elect John West for moderator for the ensuing year, please state aye. Aye. And all those against, nay. John West is the moderator for another year. Thank you all. Item 3, to act on the report of various town officers as contained within the current financial statement. There's no action required on this. This is just that we accept the financial reports that have been, or the reports that have been presented. Do I have someone to motion to move?
I'll make that motion.
Sorry, couldn't see behind the.
You're a lawyer.
Thank you, Vera. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you for the motion, move and second. Yes, discussion?
Yes. You're a lawyer. It was brought to my attention on page 9 that it says warning, Town of Bakersfield, that should be meeting minutes of town meeting. So you're gonna wanna be looking at page 6 for today's,
I'm sorry, so it says warning and it should say minutes
probably,
for
yes.
page 9 or page 6?
Page 9.
Page
We're
9.
gonna work until
The
warning
one
on
that
page
said that
6.
was 2025.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's just.
okay, should be changed to minutes. Thank you so much. Any other discussion regarding the reports? Paul Stanley?
This isn't really pertaining to the financial aspect, but just for clarification, in the warning number 18, under B, just for clarification, that this is the Missisquoi River Basin Association, not Valley, just so that people don't get confused. It's the same organization that the report is in the back of the town report.
Any others? Discussion? Sorry, yes? Linda?
Linda Hall. I'm the co-chairperson for the Cemetery Commission on page 4. Under Cemetery Commission, Heather Canna had resigned, and Scott Baker was appointed, so it's his term that will be expiring this year.
Scott, what was his last name? Leager? Flieger. Oh, I'm so sorry. Scott Flieger, his position is what's up? Is what's coming up. Okay, thank you. Any others? Having seen no others, we'll move this to a vote. All those in favor to act on the report of various town officers as contained in the current financial statement, please state aye. Aye. And those against, nay. The ayes appear to have it, and it does. To act on the report of various town officers as contained in the current financial statement. Thank you. Number 4, to elect the remaining town officers as required by law. We're going to go one by one, starting with the first constable. Do I have anyone to volunteer or to volunteer someone to be our first constable? Anyone? That's horrible. All right. Having seen no one volunteering for this position, we will postpone this role indefinitely and at this meeting, and the select board will try and assign the position or find someone to fill the role. Thank you. Second constable. Actually, in here, we have hired an animal control officer. Some of you may have met her, may not. A lovely lady who is taking care of that role for us. So, Frank, we should probably, yes?
I believe we're supposed to appoint a second one anyway. We always use that person as animal control. We now have a separate animal control in our list. By statutes, you still need
done.
to try to appoint.
Turn it off.
We turned her off. No. So, all right, well, is there any, we'll stick with it. Is there anyone who wants to volunteer or volunteer anyone to be the second constable? Having seen none, we will also suspend this nomination or postpone it for this role indefinitely at this meeting, and the select board will see if there's someone who wants to assist with the person we hired for the position. C, the collector of delinquent taxes. That's what the condition? Oh goodness. Collector, yes.
You're a lawyer, I'll nominate Kathy Weston.
We have Kathy. We have a nomination and a second. Any other nominations for the collector of delinquent taxes? That would be Tammy. I'm sorry. Any others? Having seen none, we'll put it to a vote. All those in favor of electing Kathy Wescombe as collector of delinquent taxes, please say aye. Aye. Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. Kathy is now our collector of delinquent taxes for 2026. We are down to D, grand juror. Do we have any nominations for the grand juror? Yes,
Wendy Cobb, I nominate Jessica Villeneuve.
Jessica Villeneuve. Are there any other nominations for grand juror? Okay, so the nomination is for Jessica Villeneuve as grand juror. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. Jessica, congratulations. I believe she was the grand juror last year as well. Cemetery Commission, 5-year term. Do we have any nominations for someone for the Cemetery Commission for a 5-year term?
Can I ask a question?
You can turn on your
Did
mic.
you want it?
I don't know.
I nominate Scott Fleeger.
Scott Fleeger is a
You
nomination.
can say no.
Any others? You second that? Any others? Okay. So the nomination for Scott Fleeger for Cemetery Commission 5-year term, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and they do. Congratulations, Scott, for the Cemetery Commission 5-year term. We're up to F, the Library Trustee, 3-year term. Do we have any nominations? Wendy?
Wendy Cobb, Anna Houston.
Anna Houston? Is there any other nominations? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Library Trustee, 3-year term. Nomination was for Anna Houston. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. Congratulations, Anna, on the 3-year term for Library Trustee. Down to G, Library Trustee, 1 year of a 3-year term, yes?
Rebecca Ann Bennett, I nominate Christine Parkinson.
Christine Parkinson. Thank you. We have Christine Parkinson as a nomination. Any others? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Library Trustee, 1 year of a 3-year term. Nomination was Christine Parkinson. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it. Library Trustee, 1 year of a 3-year term. Congratulations, Christine. We're down to H, Trustees of Public Funds, 3-year term. Lance?
Lance Lawyer, I'd like to nominate Patrick Evans.
Patrick Evans? Any other nominations? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Trustee of Public Funds, 3-year term. The nomination was for Patrick Evans. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. Congratulations, Patrick Evans, Trustee of Public Funds for a 3-year term. Oh, that's it for 4. On the 5, shall the town vote to have its property taxes due on the first Monday in October?
You and Bear, so moved.
Moved, second, do I have a second?
You're a lawyer, I'll second it.
Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town vote to have its property taxes due on the first Monday in October? All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. Shall the town vote to have its property taxes due on the first Monday of October is passed. Number 6, shall the town authorize the select board to set a tax rate to cover its expenses as voted?
Dennison Dome, so moved.
Thank you.
You're a lawyer, I'll second it.
Thank you, Mayor. Shall the town authorize the select board to set a tax rate to cover expenses as voted? Any discussion? Moving to the vote. All those in favor of the town authorizing the select board to set a tax rate to cover expenses as voted, please state aye.
Aye.
Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall authorize the select board to set a tax rate to cover expenses as voted passed. Number 7, shall the town authorize the select board to borrow money in anticipation of taxes?
Sarah Jo Barkott, so moved.
Do I have a second?
Sam Cribb, second.
Thank you. The motion's been moved and seconded. Shall the town authorize the select board to borrow money in anticipation of taxes? Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town authorizing the select board to borrow money in anticipation of taxes, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay. The ayes appear to have it. The town shall authorize the select board to borrow money in anticipation of taxes if passed. Shall the town appropriate $10,000 for a paving grant fund, paving/grant fund that's matching funds for grants?
Alan Ware, so moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second, you in there?
Thank you. Shall the town appropriate $10,000 for a paving grant fund? Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town appropriating $10,000 for a paving grant fund, state aye. Aye. And against, nay. The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $10,000 for the bridge repair, $10,000 for the paving grant fund has passed. Number 9, shall the town appropriate $10,000 for the bridge repair fund?
So moved, Larry Krieger.
Thank you, Larry.
Second, Alan Ware.
Thank you. Shall the town appropriate $10,000 for a bridge repair fund? Move to discussion. Any discussion? Yes, sir.
Dennis Hewitt, where are we at with the bridge repairs?
We are,
What needs to be repaired still?
our biggest concern is the bridge down by Brown's Pond. That won't last forever. And this is also a matching grant fund. When we have to replace that bridge, I expect that anything we've got saved for the bridge repair fund will disappear very quickly.
Do you have an estimate on the cost?
The bridge over by the Allen Farm cost us $800,000. And that would be similar size, but more work.
And when was that done, Lance?
When?
Yeah, when did we repair? Because obviously things go up every year.
Was it 3 years?
We did that in
20, so 6 years ago.
Thank you.
And maybe betraying my lack of time to read the report, but how much is in the grant fund now?
Page 27.
$105,000 as of December 31st of last year.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $10,000 for the bridge repair fund? All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. Against, nay. The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $10,000 for a bridge repair fund has passed. Shall the town appropriate $34,400 for the equipment repair fund?
I'll make that motion, Bureau Lawyer.
Thank you, Vera. Do I have a second?
Steve Maynard, I'll second it.
Thank you, Steve. Motion's been made and seconded to move. Let me just put my finger where it was. Shall the town appropriate $34,400 for the equipment repair fund? Open for discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town appropriating $34,400 for the equipment repair fund, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay. The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $34,400 for the equipment repair fund has passed. On to number 11. Shall the town appropriate $20,000 for the new equipment fund? Anyone want to move this?
Alan Ware, so moved.
Thank you, Alan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Shall the town appropriate $20,000 for the new equipment, the new equipment fund has been moved. Open for discussion. Any questions? Larry?
Yeah, are there any trucks that you guys planning on buying any new trucks soon, or where's this fund going right now?
This fund is going towards saving money for down payments.
Okay.
And we've got a bucket loader that's, what, coming on 30 years old. We'll nurse it along as we can, obviously, but at some point, that is a piece of equipment that will cost us dearly. We just purchased a new tandem plow. We have a Ram 650, 5500, thank you, that is on its way.
And
So-
the truck that we just got on Thursday was actually ordered 3 years ago. So the process is very slow, so just so everybody's aware, it's not something that's gonna happen overnight, even if we did decide we needed a new truck, so.
Any further discussion? Having seen none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $20,000 for the new equipment repair fund? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. Shall the town appropriate $20,000 for the new equipment repair fund as passed? Number 12, shall the town appropriate $50,757.28, it's specific, for the if you're worried that they round up, for the HF Brigham Library for 2027?
So moved, you and Bear.
Thank you.
Second, same approved.
Thank you. Shall the town appropriate $50,757.28 for the HF Brigham Library for 2027? Open for discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town appropriating $50,757.28 for the HF Brigham Library in 2027, please state aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay.
Nay.
So we have, I think, one or two nay. The ayes appear to have it. And they do. Shall the town appropriate $50,757.28 for the HF Brigham Library for 2027 has passed. Shall the town authorize surplus funds in the amount of $2,589.77 from the HF Brigham Free Libraries 2025 operating fund to be transferred to the library's improvement fund? Do I have a motion to move?
So moved.
Thank you, Sam.
Seconded, you and Bear.
Thank you. Motion's been moved and seconded. Shall the town authorize surplus funds in the amount of $2,589.77 from the HF Brigham Free Libraries 2025 operating fund to be transferred to the library's improvement fund? Is open for discussion. Any discussion? Yes, sir.
Was this money left over from last year's budget?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, whenever, how do I explain this? Everything that you guys voted on last year, the $50,757, that is about the amount that you guys voted on last year, it's the same amount. We have grants that come in every year. They may come in late, or we may apply for other grants for our library. So we may have leftover at the end of the year because we do look into grants and funding for the library. And so, but like the Weeks fund and the other fund that we have, we never know what that amount is going to be. We can't bank on it, so we asked you guys for our amount that we asked for. Like last year, I think we went over the amount that you guys allotted for us by maybe $400. So we really try to stay tight within our budget. And then we might get the grants in a little later and then, different time of the year. So that's how that works.
Any other discussion or follow-up?
That's Julie.
Yes, Dennis.
Can we state our name before we talk?
Yes, we're supposed to.
I can't see two people.
Okay, it was Wendy Cobb.
Okay.
Wendy Cobb from the library. Any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town authorize surplus funds in the amount of $2,589.77 from the H.F. Brigham Free Library, Public Library's 2025 operating fund to be transferred into the library's improvement fund? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And against, nay?
Nay.
With one nay. The motion appears to have passed. And it has, shall the town authorize surplus funds in the amount of $2,589.77 from the H.F. Brigham Free Public Library's 2025 operating fund to be transferred to the library's improvement fund. Number 14, shall the town appropriate $5,000 for the Bakersfield Historical Society for 2027? Do I have a motion to move?
So moved, Bear.
Thank you. Any second to move? Thank you, Sergio. Shall the town appropriate $5,000 for the Bakersfield Historical Society in 2027? Open for discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town appropriating $5,000 for the Bakersfield Historical Society for 2027, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $5,000 for the Bakersfield Historical Society for 2027 has passed. Shall the town appropriate $4,500 for the fireworks for the annual 4th of July celebration needs? Do I have someone to move?
So moved, Larry Krieger.
Thank you, Larry. Do I have a second?
Lisa Maynard.
Thank you, Lisa, Paul, and Mr. Cribb. Okay, so it's been motioned and seconded, moving for discussion, the town to appropriate $4,500 for the fireworks for the annual 4th of July celebration. Any discussion?
Yes.
Paul.
Paul Stanley. And just to make people aware of what our plans are to have the celebration on the 4th, be Saturday night. And we would go through with our routine with the parade at 6, and then our Rusty Bucket crew would be playing after the parade, and then we would have the fireworks by the Larry Krieger crew. We do have plans. It's been nice to have conversation with Sharon, lawyer, who is heading up some activities that would transpire at noon. So if Sharon wanted to speak to that, just to make people aware of what the plans are.
Is this the appropriate time, or should I wait till the end?
Yes.
While we're voting on finances on that, I mean, you can wait to the end if it's not towards the 4,500, or you can speak to it now.
It's not towards the 4,500.
It's up to you if you want to speak to it now.
I'll wait till the end.
To the end? Okay, perfect. All right, any other further discussion on the $4,500 for the fireworks? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $4,500 for the fireworks for the annual July 4th celebration needs? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The item 15 passes. Shall the town appropriate $4,500 for the fireworks for the annual 4th of July celebration needs? Number 16. Shall the town appropriate $20,000 for Cook Cemetery and Maple Grove Cemetery for 2027? Do I have someone to move?
So moved.
Okay.
So I need to stand.
Just say your name, please.
Linda McCall.
Thank you, Linda.
So moved.
Do I have a second, sir?
Joe Marcotte.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Shall the town appropriate $20,000 for Cook Cemetery and Maple Grove Cemetery for 2027? All those, discussion? Any discussion? Having these, oh, yes?
Is this for maintenance?
Can you state your name quickly?
Pat Rothschild.
Pat, thank you. And your question was, is this just for maintenance?
Yeah.
State your name, please.
Linda McCall. I am co-chairperson for the Cemetery Commission, and part of this is for maintenance, and some of the maintenance is held over from last year because, if you remember, it's been very long winter, and some of the maintenance work Bakersfield did not get done last year. And so some of the money that we have set aside previously will be rolled over into this year. We have several headstones over there that need maintenance, repairs, cleaning, etc. We were fortunate last year with folks from Vermont Old Cemetery Association with several volunteers from the community that came and worked on repairing stones and cleaning stones, plus Champlain monuments coming in on the heavier stones. Part of this money will be set aside in a fund because eventually people need to replace the fence along the road. That gate down there is not operable. It's just hanging as a piece of trash against the fence. So that's why we have a chain across there this year. And we have work still to do on the Hearst House, painting, etc. And we're using that Hearst House to store items that are used to maintain the cemetery. We have a woodpecker tree out there this year, if some of you haven't noticed. And before that falls on headstones, we're making arrangements to get estimates to get that taken down, and also looking about grants to add to those funds. And the money being set aside will be matching funds for grants for other work in the cemetery. Any other questions?
Thank you, Linda. Any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $20,000 for Cook Cemetery and Maple Grove Cemetery for 2027? All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. Against, nay. The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $20,000 for Cook Cemetery and Maple Grove Cemetery in 2027 has passed. Item 17. Shall the town appropriate $5,000 to the Bakersfield Veteran Memorial Committee? Do I have anyone who wants to move?
Yeah, so
Thank you. Second?
Mike Morris, second.
Thank you. Shall the town appropriate $5,000 to the Bakersfield Veterans Memorial Committee? Open for discussion. Yes, sir.
Larry Krieger, can you explain what that is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, sir. State your name.
Dan O'Rourke, I'm the chair of the Veterans Committee. So basically what we're looking to do is start the appropriation of the $5,000 for this year to add names to the monument that's out here in the middle of the square. What it would be, starting next year, we'll ask you to replenish whatever we spend this year. So it won't be $5,000 every year. If we spend $1,000 this year, we'll come back and ask for $1,000 next year to get us back up to the 5,000 mark. We're looking, so as a committee, we meet once a quarter, first Wednesday of the quarter at the fire station at 7 o'clock, so it's open to the public. If you want to come in, we're just looking for anybody residing in Bakersfield that meets the criteria that's on the website for the memorial that can then add names to it. We've got 3 right now we're planning. We're looking to do it once a year around Memorial Day. We'll get the names added, and then we'll have a ceremony around Memorial Day we'll put out to unveil the names that we've added this year. And then we'll go through and hopefully do it again the following year as we keep going.
Thank you.
Could you do us a favor and just state what the website address is, the URL, so if people want to go visit it?
It's on the town website.
Okay, thank you.
Whatever that URL.
Town Bakersfield? Yeah, .org. Yes, sir.
Paul Stanley, just a quick question on this. Would this organization be handling the money, or will that be done through the town?
That's a good question. So I believe we will work through everybody of what the cost is to put everything on the monument. And we are coming to the select board with how much we're trying to spend though while staying within this limits. Okay. It's just so we know how much money we have when we're planning things and planning improvements, that we then go to the select board and say, all right, we'd like to spend X amount of dollars out of what we've already done with the budget, or we need to improve this and it's gonna be over what we've asked for. Now we've got to come up with a plan of how we're gonna do it, either over years, or are we gonna have to wait till, next year to ask for more money if for some, we gotta fix stones or something like that.
So the second stage to this question is the select board on board with this to handle the money for this one.
Yeah, the town of Bakersfield will act as their fiscal agent.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You and Bear, has this committee considered doing independent fundraising, like, you know, other than taking tax money from all the residents, but out there with containers for coins or whatever, however, writing grants, whatever you, other means you might have for raising money?
Josh?
You know, just to touch on that a little bit, this financially has fallen on the town right from the get-go. What we used to do is if somebody came to the town, we would try to find funds to get this on there. The problem we were having as a town is I don't know all the steps. Many of the board members didn't know all the steps. We ended up referring back to Linda, and what we decided, and it was actually a group of people came forward and said that this would be better handled by a group of veterans that knew the steps, knew what they were looking for, and the money isn't coming from a different spot. It's just being allocated to a actual committee. This is their first year. I'm sure that in the future, they would look at different, or not different, but other financial fundraising options. But as of right now, they're just looking to get started. And that's kind of where we're at with that.
Any further discussion or questions? Linda?
Since you pointed to me as doing the research, went to the last select board because the policy that is out there and the criteria that's out there needs some adjusting, okay? It needs to be more definite, more precise, and I plan to go to their meeting and express my concerns directly to them instead of them meeting out here.
Thank you, Linda. Further discussion? Seeing none, we'll put it to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $5,000 to the Bakersfield Veteran Memorial Committee? All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. Shall the town appropriate $5,000 to the Bakersfield Veterans Memorial Committee? Passes. Our favorite block, 18. 18, shall the town appropriate the following sums of money we'll start with number A, $500 for Cat Crusaders of Franklin County, Inc.
So moved, you and Bear.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second, Sherry Ruska.
Thank you. Shall the town appropriate $500 to the Cat Crusaders of Franklin County? Open for discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the, oh, yes?
I have one question. Can this be voted on as just the whole article, 18, and not each individual?
We have in prior town meeting days voted this as a block, as one big large block.
Okay. How can I make that a motion?
Well, let's ask, we'll put it to the, for those in favor of voting this as an entire block versus individual items, we already started this first one, we have to finish this first one, I know, I'm just trying to get past, like, because it's almost like an amendment we put in the middle of here. Yeah, I was just acknowledging. Okay, for point of procedure, we'll finish Cat Crusaders, then we'll go through this, okay? Bring that up in 10 seconds.
Okay.
Any other discussion of Cat Crusaders? No. Seeing none, we'll move it to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $500 for Cat Crusaders of Franklin County Incorporated? All those in favor, state aye. Aye. Against, nay? I have several nays, but the ayes still appear to have it. So A passes. Now, once again, can you bring up your request?
I'd like to make the motion that we vote on Article 18 as a whole, rather than going through all individual APP.
So you're saying from item B through
From
P?
B to P.
So Bravo to Papa, okay. Do I have a second? Thank you, Sergio. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to move this as a block versus individual items. Is there any discussion with that? See- Yes, sir.
I don't believe that's a good idea because we need to go through each one, find out why we're asking for this money.
Find out why what? I'm sorry,
Find
guys.
out, people are asking for money, what are you doing with the money?
So I can say, I don't know if we have representation here from every department, every requester, but in the actual warning or in the actual book, there is a description of what everyone does and what they use with the money, just for information.
Some of them don't really have a plan, they just
Want the money.
They just want the money.
I get what you're saying. Okay. I did see your hand up.
That was the same I was going to say. Carolyn Braun said it's mostly in the booklet.
Okay. Yes, Brian?
I'd like to invite the individual representatives for each one of these funds to speak. I don't know if that's something you would ask each one of the light items to briefly speak what they're doing. Is that something permissible?
If they're here. The problem is they may not be. One moment. I had Sharon in the back first.
Well, I was just going to ask if we can have a description, a brief description to just like a few sentences. That was my question.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill Irwin, with the Northwest Regional Planning Commission. As I stated last year, we need to be careful in voting for a block. If you, for example, don't like one of these and you vote against the whole block, you may lose out on some very important things that are investing in our community, like the Northwest Regional Planning Commission. And I would be glad to speak to that if that was requested relative to this block or this vote.
Okay. Josh?
It seems there's oppositions on both sides. Would it be pertinent to call a paper ballot?
We could go, well, we'll put it to the aye and an A and see if it's overwhelming, and if not, if it's too close, we'll put it to a paper ballot. Any other? Yes, sir?
I know it's my second time speaking, but isn't that a call to paper ballot? You don't have to do it?
I'm looking, do we have to do that? I think we have to put it to the vote, the ayes and nays, and then go to paper ballot, or should we just?
Or can I rescind my motion?
Well, it's been second. Well, it's been motioned and seconded it already, so hang on one moment.
Discussion is taking longer than the vote.
Yeah, so, you rescind? You rescind? Okay. So we're back to the original plan, if everyone's okay with that? We're going by item? All right, here we go. Item B, $600 for the Missisquoi River Basin Association. We know it says Valley, but it's really River Basin Association. Do I have a motion to move?
So moved. Paul Stanley.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. I'll try to make this quicker. So we're going to put any discussion.
What is it for?
What's it for? Paul?
Paul Stanley, I'm the treasurer of the organization, and the Missisquoi River Basin Association operates within the Missisquoi River Basin and covering a lot of territory. The one thing that we would like to point out is that the organization put over $1 million through the throughput in grants last year for improvements throughout the Missisquoi River Basin Association. And people should keep in mind that that river starts in Troy, Vermont, in Westfield. One of our big projects was the removal of a dam that was no longer operational in Newport Center. GW Tatro was the primary contractor for that project, and it really came out well. If if any of you folks are traveling 105 over to Newport, it's worth stopping in at Newport Center. It's right at the Four Corners, just to the right as you're headed towards Newport. We've also hired on, we now have 4 employees. So the organization is moving forward. Brian Westcomb has had a project with the organization with some tree plantings down on his property. So that's pretty much what we're up to, and we hope to continue with the support of the council.
Thank you, Paul. Any further discussion?
Page 56.
This is going to
Thank you. Page 56. Any further discussion? Moving to the vote. All those in favor to appropriate $600 to the Missisquoi River Basin Association, please state aye. Aye. Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does, for $600 to the Missisquoi River Basin Association. Item C, $200 for Franklin County Industrial Development Corporation. Do I have someone to move?
Kathy Westcomb.
Thank you, Kathy. Second? Lance Lawyer. It's been moved and seconded. $200 for the Franklin County Industrial Development Corporation. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of appropriating $200 to the Franklin County Industrial Development Corporation, state aye. Aye. Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. $200 to the Franklin County Industrial Development Corporation. Moving to D. $1,945.50 for Northwest Solid Waste District. Thank you, Mark.
Seconded, you're aware.
Thank you, Vera. Motion's been moved and seconded. Open for discussion for $1,945.50 to the Northwest Solid Waste District. Any discussion? Sir?
I'm the Bakersfield representative for the Northwest Solid Waste District. And we provide at the old fire station, the recycling center there. And it takes bottles and cans for free. If you have a bag of trash, that you have to pay for, but everything else is a free service. And a lot of it costs to get rid of. And so it's a service to the town. And there's numerous, in the Northwest in Franklin County, there's numerous drop-off sites. There's some in St. Albans, and Swanton, and even Augsburg. So it's something that's very much appreciated by people in the whole town.
And you also do compost, right? You take compost items, I believe?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Any further discussion? Yes, sir?
Paul Stanley. Also, just to add to Mark's comments, if anybody's been through the Georgia, the home base, with the improvements that they've made there with their building and traffic flow, it's really a huge improvement. So would advise if anybody going down the interstate, you can drop off there also.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Thanks, Paul.
Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $1,945.50 for Northwest Solid Waste District? All those in favor state aye. Aye. Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $1,945.50 to the Northwest Solid Waste District. Has passed. E, $5,000 for Fairfield Community Center.
Linda Stanley, so moved.
Moved.
Second.
Thank you. Seconded. Shall the town appropriate $5,000 for Fairfield Community Center? Open for discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town appropriating $5,000 for the Fairfield Community Center, please state aye. Aye. And against, state nay. The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $5,000 for the Fairfield Community Center. Has passed. Item F. Shall the town appropriate $500 for the American Red Cross? All right, someone wants to move, sir? Thank you. Second? Thank you, Mr. Cribb. Open for discussion for the town appropriating $500 for the American Red Cross. Any discussion?
What do they ask for money for? This be something of some sort. I mean,
American, take a look at page 39.
no, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir, while she's looking at that.
Ultimately, I would like to address that question, and being part of the emergency services in this town, and throughout Franklin County, and we can go beyond that with the Red Cross. It's a huge support to our emergency services. If we have fire situations where people are out of their homes, the Red Cross comes in with support of those families, and it supports the responders. So it's a huge asset, and I would vote for this line item.
Any other discussion? And did that answer your question?
It did.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $500 to the American Red Cross? All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $500 for the American Red Cross as passed. Shall the town appropriate $200 to the Vermont Rural Fire Protection Task Force?
You and Bear, so moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Sam Cribb. Open for discussion for the town appropriating $200 for the Vermont Rural Fire Protection Task Force. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town appropriating $200 for the Vermont Rural Fire Protection Task Force, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate the $200 to the Vermont Rural Fire Protection Task Force as passed. H, shall the town appropriate $150 for Franklin County Senior Center? Do I have someone to move? Sir, say your name. Thank you, Michael. Do I have a second?
I'll second it, Vera Lawyer.
Thank you, Vera. Motion's been moved and seconded. Open for discussion for the town to appropriate $150 for the Franklin County Senior Center. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town appropriating $150 to the Franklin County Senior Center, please state aye. Aye. And those against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $150 for the Franklin County Senior Center as passed. Item I, shall the town appropriate $500 for the Care Partners Adult Day Center? Do I have someone to move? Thank you, sir. Second?
You and Bear.
Thank you, Ewing. Shall the town appropriate $500 to the Care Partners Adult Day Center? Open for discussion? Yes.
Is there someone the Amberfoot, is there someone to speak about that? It looks to be a new line item this year.
It is, please refer to page 62.
Any other discussion while we're looking at page 62? I'll give you a moment to read 62, since it is something new. Just going to give it another 30 seconds or so because it is a long page and small print. Okay. All right, I'm going to move on if we're okay. Is there any further discussion regarding the $500 to the Care Partners Adult Day Center? Having seen none, I'll move to the vote. All those in favor of appropriating $500 to the Care Partners Adult Day Center, please state aye. Aye. And those against, nay. The ayes appear to have it, and it does, that the town shall appropriate $500 to the Care Partners Adult Day Center. Moving on to J. Shall the town appropriate $1,614 to Northwest Regional Planning Commission? Is someone to move? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
Second, Larry Krieger.
Thank you. Larry, shall the town appropriate $1,614 to the Northwest Regional Planning Commission? Open for discussion. Sir?
Good morning, Bill Irwin. I am one of the two representatives for Bakersfield to the Northwest Regional Planning Commission. Linda McCall is the second, and you've heard her name many times. We're active in the community and we try to represent well. If you look on page 44, you'll see what the Northwest Regional Planning Commission brings. There's a lot brought to this community for roads, for service to the select board, to the planning commission, to the other elements of town work. And they do this in all the municipalities in Franklin County, and they help us benefit from sharing what works and doesn't work in those other communities. So we're thriving here. I hope you do vote for this. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Yes?
Mr. Mayor, in that committee, are they working on getting cell service to Bakersfield?
Bill, do you want to answer that? Or Linda?
To be honest, I think that I was going to address this at the end. We had a really exciting activity this winter, early winter, where we sent out a survey to the whole community to identify what the needs are. And then we had a meeting here at the town hall. We had about 60 people attend, which was wonderful. We had breakout sessions to talk about a lot of the issues, and cellular service and internet service was actually one of the most important issues that that group and the surveys that were sent out addressed. We have to work with the select board on this as well as the state, because that is a state issue. But I think that there's a lot of progress occurring to incorporate more capabilities in the town for both cellular service and for internet service. It is a challenge in the mountains because every mountain presents a wall.
Yep.
And so it's not going to be perfect, but hopefully it'll be better than it has been.
Thank you, Bill. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $1,614 to the Northwest Regional Planning Commission? All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and they do. The town shall appropriate $1,614 to the Northwest Regional Planning Commission is passed. Item K. Shall the town appropriate $2,776 to the VNA and Hospice? Looking for a motion to move? Yes, I'm sorry.
Rebecca Ann Bennett, so moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second to move it? Yes, sir. Thank you, Brian. Shall the town appropriate $2,776 to the VNA and Hospice? Open for discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. All those in favor of the town appropriating $2,776 to the VNA and Hospice, please state aye.
Aye.
Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and they do. The town shall appropriate $2,776 to the VNA and Hospice has passed. Item L. Shall the town appropriate $100 to Green Up Vermont?
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you, and that was Sam privilege to move. Sam? Shall the town appropriate $100 for Green Up Vermont? Open for discussion? Yes?
Melissa Dion, I have been head of Green Up Day for the last several years, and I just really am so proud because our town does such a great job of greening up on their own. There's green up bags here early in the spring. Usually I come back and they're gone because people use them. There is a concern, probably by the town, because they do an awesome job. We're not really supposed to take tires, and for the last several years, probably every year, people do such a nice job, but the tires get, put in the middle of town green with trash bags. And that $100 does not cover the cost of our town taking those to the dump, or to the Northwest Regional Planning every year. So that is a concern that
I have, and maybe the town does, or maybe they don't. I appreciate that. I do put out signs and say, please no tires, and every year there's dozens of tires. And I guess we need to clean them up. And that is one way of getting rid of them. So on Green Up Day, I will have bags out in front of the library that's been set up there. People stop by and pick them up. I usually have some snacks. The Conservation Committee does an awesome job cleaning up their trails. Usually I'm kind of looking for something to do because things are really well cared for in our town. I'm very proud of that. But thank you all, and if you have any questions, you can give me a call or email me, and thank you for your support.
Thank you so much. Further discussion, Kathy?
Yeah, there's a sign-up sheet on that table back there that the state of Vermont Green Up people sent. If you want to sign up for the road that you're going to be doing here in town, so Melissa has it. It's back there.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I never know I know dozens of people actually participate, but every year the only names I ever get are the ones who stop by the library on that Saturday morning, which is just kind of random. So it would be great. Every year I say, dozens of people participate in Bakersfield. I mean, everything is really clean, and all the bags get used, and they send 100 bags back. So, yeah, I mean, so if you, at some point, is that going to be here, Kath?
Yes.
It'd be great if any time you take a bag and just put your name down, and I would love to say like 50 people in Bakersfield participate, because I know we underrepresent every year.
Thank you.
And should I ask the town now about wanting to increase that amount for next year or any time?
That would probably be appropriate at the, when we're starting to build the budget for next year.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Therese Talley, I'm just wondering when Green Up Day is this year.
Oh, it's May.
It's on that poster.
It's always the first Saturday of May.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Yes.
Yeah, back to the tires, because I noticed that a lot of tires do get dropped off at Green Up Day. Years ago, I was aging myself, the town got a dumpster, and you could pay so much money to dispose of your tires. Is that something that possibly we could look into? Or maybe? I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
I mean, it's something the select board could look into. It would just be getting in touch with Northwest Solid Waste and seeing what they would charge us and establishing, how much it would be. That's definitely something the board can look into, though.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Further discussion? Yes.
Rachel Huff. Do we know who's dealing with the tires now? Is Green Up Vermont taking them? Or the state truck? So the town?
Yes.
Yeah.
The other thing I would add is, last year we thought of, what project should we do on Green Up Day? If you have one of your roads or some spot that you want help on, maybe reach out and we could get a team together to do that project. Last year we worked on the school garden on that Saturday morning, but there's other times and other projects, I'm sure.
Right. And it could go beyond Green Up Day. Very easily.
Further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $100 for Green Up Day Vermont? All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $100 for Green Up Day Vermont has passed. Item M, shall the town appropriate $1,500 to Age Well? Do I have someone to move?
Michael Morris, so moved.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Second. Shall the town appropriate $1,500 for Age Well? Open for discussion. Any discussion? Yes.
I just want to say I'm new to Age Well. I wasn't involved until it moved to this community. We now have a monthly meal in Bakersfield, the last Friday of the month. Most of you know what Age Well is. You can read about it. Just putting an invitation out there. It's at our church. It's handicapped accessible. We've had about 25 people. We've done it the last Fridays of the month, and it's been fun. We just host it. We don't do the meal. And it's a great opportunity to connect with people.
Sharon, you want to state your name for the record? At least for the first time? Thank you. Thank you. Any other discussion? Yes, sir.
Paul Stanley, just for some clarification, we were voting on several line items here. VNA, Franklin County Senior Center, Adult Daycare, Day Center, that are all doing the same type of service. And okay. Yes, no. So, but the point is that just make sure that these organizations are collaborating so that they aren't duplicating services. These organizations are stretched to the limit as it is. And we just make sure that we're not duplicating services so that we can maybe expand these services a little bit. So just a comment.
Thank you. Further discussion?
I can just say, having used the VNA and hospice, it was home health before. It was Franklin County Home Health, and now it's called VNA and hospice. So their services aren't like Age Well with meals and other services that Age Well provides.
You state your name for the record.
Kathy Westcomb.
Thank you, Kathy. Any further discussion? Seeing that, oh, I'm sorry, yes.
That's okay, Sherry West, and I just want to elaborate on that, on the Adult Care Center, Care Partners. When my husband was diagnosed with ALS and frontotemporal dementia, I ended up having to retire early and stay home with him, day in and day out, and I was able to go to meet with them, and he went there one day to try it out. He really liked it. They were wonderful there, gave me a chance to actually go do some shopping and stuff like that. It was closer to Christmas time. And Jen Age will help me with a grant to be able to send him there, once a week or something, to give me a break. And unfortunately, he passed away in February before we could even start it, but it's a wonderful program. He enjoyed himself.
We're sorry for the loss, and it's good to hear the service. Any further, yes?
Arlene O'Rourke, I just wanted to mention the Franklin County Senior Center. It's really a program and an organization for all Franklin County residents over the age of 50. And it's a $15 membership. But it is for active seniors who want to exercise, go out for a meal on Wednesdays. So there are all those organizations serve a different population, or serve the same population different ways.
Thank you. Any further discussion on Age Well? Not to point it out, but Age Well. Yeah? No? Okay. Excellent. Moving to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $1,500 to Age Well? All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay. The ayes appear to have it, and it do. The town shall appropriate $1,500 to Age Well has passed. Item N, shall the town appropriate $1,000 for the Lucas James Williams Memorial Youth Fund LTD? Do I have anyone to move?
Sarah Jo Markle.
Thank you, Sarah. Do I have a second?
Heather Jewett.
Thank you, Heather. Shall the town appropriate $1,000 to the Lucas James Williams Memorial Youth Fund LTD? Open for discussion. Any discussion? Okay, excellent. Moving to vote. For all those in favor for the town to appropriate $1,000 to the Lucas James Williams Memorial Youth Fund LTD, please state aye. Aye. And against, nay. The ayes appear to have it, and they do. The town shall appropriate $1,000 to the Lucas James Williams Memorial Youth Fund LTD has passed. We're on to O. We're getting close. We're on to O. Shall the town appropriate $95 to the Vermont Center for the Independent Living? Do I have someone move?
So moved.
Thank you. Second? Thank you, Brian. Shall the town appropriate $95 to the Vermont Center for Independent Living? Open for discussion. Any discussion?
Yeah, what's the organization?
Let me find it. 52, thank you. Page 52. I'll give you all a moment to take a look at that, because again, I think that's kind of beefy, right? Yes, that's kind of beefy, but at least it's bigger writing. Good. One more moment and we'll continue. Okay. Any further discussion on the Vermont Center for Independent Living? Seeing none, we'll move to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $95 to the Vermont Center for Independent Living? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Against, say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The town shall appropriate $95 to the Vermont Center for Independent Living has passed. Final item in 18, item P, shall the town appropriate $100 to the Laurie House? Do I have anyone to move? Thank you, Sarah Jo. Do I have a second? Thank you. Shall the town appropriate $100 to the Laurie House? Open for discussion. Any discussion?
What page are you gonna find that?
59.
Thank you. 59. Somebody was ahead there. How big's 59? Okay, pretty good too. So while we're giving you a moment to read this, just note that the select board requested all this information from these, and they have in the past. It isn't like this is our first year. This is the first year that we've been able to supply pages on demand versus delay. But we ask this so that when you have these questions or when you come in to vote, this is available for you ahead of time to look at.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Discussion?
Yeah, Bill Irwin, I just wanted to say thank you for doing that. I think it's fantastic that you provide this town report. It's really wonderful as well to see what Vermonters are all doing for each other, and it's why we love to live here.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll put it to the vote. Shall the town appropriate $100 to Laurie House? All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. Against, nay? The ayes appear to have it, and it does. The town shall appropriate $100 to the Laurie House. Has passed. Our final item, boy, that sounded better the second time I said it. 19. To do any other business, it can be properly transacted at this time. Bill, you're first up.
Thank you. Again, Bill Irwin with the Regional Planning Commission, but I'm also the current co-chair with the Bakersfield Town Planning Commission. I wanted to share with all of you that on the first Monday of every month, as a typical thing, and we didn't do it last night because there are other things happening here getting ready for today, but we meet here, and it's really valuable for you to participate now because we are revising the town plan, and we are incorporating some of the efforts of the Regional Planning Commission of the state into what we do here. And we all, as I described earlier, we have obtained a lot of good information from the town in our survey and in our meeting that we had here. And we hope that you'll come to our first Monday of the night of the month meetings, 7 p.m. here at Town Hall, to voice your interest in what the town plan says we will protect and what we will try to preserve in this fine community. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Anyone else for item 19? Paul.
Paul Stanley, and a couple of thoughts here. Number one is, where's Brian go? Right here. Brian, Tim Cath, and Mr. West deserve a great hand for the sound system here. Tim Cath, $200. for renting the equipment, and it's really appreciated. Another one is Heather Jewett at the informational meeting brought up an idea for this discussion on doing the block vote, possibility of setting that up so that we're voting on those through the Australian ballot as a possibility. Then we would be reviewing that at the informational meeting prior to town meeting. So that was a thought. The other one, field days, Franklin County Field Days. I hope everybody has heard about that. It's back on the rise. They have a huge challenge, folks. The land that they're going on by Tractor Supply in St. Albans is being leased. That is commercial property. It's a huge fund to try and purchase that. They have a 3-year agreement for lease, and we hope that that can happen. They're going to need funds. They've got a 501(c)(3) set up, so anybody that would like to support that is available. And the last one is, and we discussed this at the informational meeting, just for conversation, the Brigham Academy Committee has not met for the last several years. Maybe Sarah Jo can speak to that. And maybe the possibility of doing away with that committee and let the select board make decisions on what's going to happen with Brigham Academy.
Thank you. Sharon, I saw your hand up next.
One is, Paul alluded to the fact that we wanted to do something in the middle of the day on the 4th of July. And it's in the formation process. What I'm looking for is interest in whether we could do a townwide yard sale in the park for a few hours. No cost, bring your stuff, give it away, we don't care. But the idea that it would bring people together, have some food, so I'm looking for maybe some folks that might be willing to do some hamburgers, hot dogs, or other such food. And possibly music, that would be a big wish, but it's really about bringing community together. And then we would disappear, we would clean up and come back later. So it's not to continue to start something that would be through the evening. It would be like a 10 to 2 kind of a thing. This is a big one, you guys. Some of us remember 1976, our 200th. I don't expect to be around for the 300th. And I just thought, let's make it local. Let's have fun. You know, I'm not looking to organize kid games. Bless you if you're one of those people that's willing to do that. But we can also just have some frisbees and just keep it simple. I do have a mom who's offered to do face painting and tinsel hair. So if you're interested, my number's in the phone book. You can also connect through our church. I think we're going to be the ones coordinating the folks in the park. We originally had talked about the parking lot, but we're going to try and keep it all contained over there. I had hoped to have a chicken barbecue. I couldn't talk Mark into it, but maybe we just try and have several small vendors. I just want to do community, is what I'm looking for. So talk to me, I'm pretty easy to find.
Thank you.
The other thing I just wanted to mention is if anybody is hungry and wants to come next door, we have 6 varieties of soup that we're just doing by donation. Have some soup and bread and conversation. It'll be next door, whenever we finish.
Thank you. Anything else for Article 19? Sarah Jo.
I want to make sure everyone's aware that you can get to our town website by going to townofbakersfield.org. Tammy Brennan does an incredible job of making sure that everything that you could possibly need to be updated on is like continually put out there, both through Facebook, if you're a Facebook person, through the town crier page, but every single one of those announcements also go to the announcement page on the website. So if you're not a social media person, but you can get online and go to townofbakersfield.org, all of the announcements post there under the page called announcements. And it's everything you could possibly want for every meeting. That's warned, all of your minutes, reminders about when things are due or when things are coming up. Tammy just does an incredible job of making sure that that information is out there. So if you have not gone and checked out either one of those sites, please do bookmark it, spread the word, because there's no excuse for us not to be in the know. Tammy does a really good job of making sure the information is out there.
Larry?
Yes. There's been an agreement with, I guess, the select board and some group that want to redevelop the Bakersfield Academy for senior housing. One, I'd like to get an answer to what's the definition of senior housing, please?
The group we're talking about started out as the Night Group, which is headed by Jason Savoy. He was working with another man named Jeff Patterson. They formed a group, Jeff Patterson and Jason Savoy, called the Klein Group. They have signed a contract with the town of Bakersfield. The town of Bakersfield has agreed not to entertain the idea of selling Brigham to anybody else. They have 1 year to develop their plans and to find funding. Now they signed this group October-ish, yeah. So they are heavily into it right now. They're working on plans, the groundwater plans, interior plans. They're working with architects, engineers, and they're working on getting money. Things are looking pretty good. They're looking, yes, please everyone take a minute, knock on some real wood. So,
Lance, are they saying senior housing or affordable housing? Because that's very...
Senior housing.
Okay, and the definition of senior housing is
It's 55 and older.
Okay, thank you.
This room.
They are...
so everybody here can go.
We got a couple short.
And that is the other number. How many apartments
How many apartments, Lance?
are they thinking of?
They're going to try and make it work with around 16 or 18. They may have to go more. Right now, their primary concern is they want to keep the gymnasium.
Oh, okay. Nice.
They have several plans, different ideas of how to utilize that space, but they don't want to turn it into apartments.
Perfect.
They may have to in the end. We realize that, but at least we're working with people who are trying to save it.
Good, thank you.
Yes, Bill?
I don't want to speak for the fire department or others, but we have a property immediately adjacent. We have people, and I think that there might be other people in this community who would perhaps like to assist the town and this developer where volunteer efforts could be of benefit. And so if you would share that with me, we might entertain conversations to see what could be done.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Yes?
It's not a criticism by any stretch. Auditing is a long, tiring job, but I missed the vital statistics. That's all.
The vital statistic?
First marriages and deaths, you can't print it down the front anymore?
I think that's it. Why not?
We don't put the birth.
Identities of people who are...
Yeah, it has to do with stealing identity. So VLCT frowns against putting it in the town report, especially births, because if a child gets adopted, their name is forever in the town report. And it's there forever because it's in the archives where it actually gets removed from your town office. So they frown on all of that so that people don't get their identity stolen. And I get it. You can go to the newspaper and get all that information. So.
If I may, can you state your name for the record?
Oh, Joey Dome.
Thank you, Joey. I saw a hand up. Yes, sir?
Guys, Stuart, I'm wondering if we can get some more information on this conservation committee purchasing property.
Do you mean the BCC, the Bakersfield Conservation Commission?
They purchased the property to the town?
Is someone here from the conservation? Let me widen my eyes. I'm looking at Carolyn. So the question in case you didn't hear it, is they'd like to know what the 10,000 is going for, and will you be purchasing property for the town?
Okay, this is a fund.
Yeah, we can't discuss that.
Sorry.
No, you can discuss, you can't vote on it. This is open discussion.
We're not changing.
Oh, it's on the ballot.
I think you still can.
I think you can discuss it, you can't vote on it.
You can't change anything.
You can't vote on it.
It's a fund that will be set aside. We don't have an actual project yet in mind. We have to get ready for one that comes up, basically. That's what it's for matching. And it's actually, this kind of a fund would be, it wouldn't just be matching 50-50. It usually gets maybe 10 or 15 or 20 times as much as we put up as a town. It shows that the town supports our projects and is looking to the future for preservation and benefits that we don't even know might come.
My question is about properties.
Is the fund going to be used to buy? Go ahead.
Wendy Cobb, I can give a direct example as far as property being acquired by the BCC that benefits the town. The library is on the very small parcel that it's on. It's very small, like it's just the building and maybe, I think, 12 feet back. That's all that there is. And the BCC acquired some land behind the library over to almost to the park. And because they have that there, we are going to be able to put in a septic system. Yes! Which I know doesn't sound very exciting, but the fact of the matter is that the BCC bought that for specifically for the library to use, and that's an example of what they use these funds for. I mean, they did this a while ago, but this is what they did.
Just getting all the answers. Kathy?
I believe that the answer to your question is, if they purchase property, yes, it's for the town, because the library is the town park is the town. Am I correct? Because it's not, they don't have ownership, the town would have it if
The
they
town doesn't get a
purchase.
say on whether you purchase property or not, it's just up to them.
No, it would still be the town.
The select board manages that fund.
Right. And maybe we should explain the reason for 10,000 real quick versus the 5. Do you want to get into that, Carolyn?
I'd like you to.
The request came to us last year to put this on the ballot. Unfortunately, in the shuffle, the request was lost in the paperwork. So their initial intent is $5,000 a year, but because we missed last year's, they've asked to combine last year's and this, hence the 10 for this year, and then it would go back down.
Now, is there a plan in place for what you're going to be doing this year for this money? No plan.
No.
Julie Hill from BCC.
Would you
No,
find
the
out
money
Julie?
is gonna, the money will be used almost like, just like seed money. It's gonna sit there. It will accumulate, it could accumulate for a year, 2 years, 3 years, until there is a project that we think it would benefit. So at that point, then, you need money to be able to get money.
In an interest-bearing account.
If you're looking for grants and anything like that, it shows the support of the town. We need to be able to show the support of the town, and that's what this would do. So no, there is no specific project at this point.
There was a question about it's going in an interest-bearing account,
If we get to that point, absolutely.
and I know Kathy had her hand up with a question for you.
I just want to know, you keep saying projects, but you don't explain what type of project you are actually looking for besides maybe purchasing land.
Okay. It could be pretty much anything that would, there's nothing specific at this point.
Town forest.
Yeah.
Josh, you had a question to this?
No, I was just, one of the things that's happening in the past couple of years when I've been on the board is the BCC in particular has come with some really great ideas, some really great options, and without them having a fund set up or a town having a fund set aside, when they come to us with those options, we don't have, you know, $10, $15, $20,000 laying around to just say, yes, that's a great option, go and do it. What this does is it allows them to establish that fund so that if an opportunity arises, they will have the ability to come to us and say, can we use these funds for this project? Now, I'm not saying that the select board itself says yes, but that at least gives us, as a town, the ability to say, this is an option that we're looking at, we have these funds set aside, is this a viable option for the town?
Very good, John.
That's what this is intended
Hang on,
for.
I have like 4 people here. So Brian was the first one in the back. Direction forward.
I know personally the Bakersfield Conservation Commission has been having a discussion with Stephen Cooper, the son of Harry Cooper. His land, that land that is on Witchcat Road, they removed the old dam, and it's not, that house is not going to be a viable place for any other use. And so they're in discussion about it, as an example of what might we be looking at, something of that nature.
And then the lady in pink.
Clarice Talley. Another thing, this year, the Bakersfield Conservation Commission, they planted several trees around the playground at the school because there's no shade at the playground at the school. It's really hot during the summer months and it gets really hot, and if you've ever slid down a hot plastic slide, it's awful. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Anyway, and so when I remember when I first found out about that they were going to be planting trees, I was like, that's amazing. Because when I was a student there were trees all over the place in the whole front yard, and they're all gone now. But it's really nice to kind of look for them, and they're not going to be big blooming crazy trees for a few years. So it's nice to look forward to that, to have that tree coming in the future.
Thank you. Bill?
Yeah, I was going to add to that, when the Conservation Commission came to the Planning Commission meeting, they came to the Select Board meeting, they had the idea of replacing trees that have died, and you'll see them throughout the community. They're about 10 years old, which makes them larger and a little bit more substantial than the things you buy at Home Depot, so they're really good trees to keep something that we've all treasured in this community going. And those are the big maples that define our community.
Thank you, Bill. Heather?
I just had a suggestion, instead of, to look forward to years long in advance, why don't we have more of a general fund versus piggybacking or cherry picking certain ones? Because right now, we might have community members that are starving, or they don't have money to pay for certain things, or there might be more of an emergent thing at the time, yet we're going to be putting $5,000 every year in a fund that we may not use right away, or there could be a better use for that money. In 10 years time frame, if money's not used, there's 50 grand sitting in there, and if we've only put it towards, if it's charged towards one organization, then it makes it difficult if there's an emergent need for an actual person in town or something else. And then just looking forward to something more general instead of having all these open, different things. And then people will go to the select board, make their case for that money at that time. Because once we buy property, we pay taxes forever as a town on that property.
Right.
So that's right in our tax.
Well, it comes off the
I can't
tax
hear
rolls.
what she's saying.
Comes off the tax rolls. It's still the same. I get what you're saying. Yeah, so we had Linda next.
Okay, I've got two items. Once, thank you to the Conservation Committee, Carolyn Forms, spearheaded that project with the tree, and that was grant money that they have paid to that and the town common and school, benefited from that project. They were doing to improve the canopy in the village. A lot of trees have been lost, and that was to replace those trees. Going back to the Cemetery Commission, because I'm the co-chair of that, and going back to BOCA, the folks from Vermont Old Cemetery Committee came and worked with volunteers, and after the project was done, seeing that there was still a lot of work to do, they asked to come back because they really enjoyed working with our volunteers. And so they have set up a date of June 6th. Any of the volunteers that would like to come back, and additional folks, let me know, and I'll keep you abreast of what's going on with that.
Thank you, Linda.
And we thank the Historical Society last year for opening the building, for the use of that group and providing the lunch for that group. So we thank you to the volunteers. I hope you're ready to come back and work on that project.
Thank you. All right, Carolyn had her hand up next.
See if you can do that. I wanted to respond to Heather about the tougher fund that we have in our town for people who have a financial need, an emergency need. It's very easy to apply. I just want to make sure that everyone knows. If you know anybody who needs help with a bill, the tougher fund, it's in the book. I don't know what page right now, but it's all in the book, through the contact. And as far as explaining, Larry wants me to explain why it's so important, and I think Julie did a good job, and so did you, okay, so on page 46, there are 5 examples of how this kind of a fund benefited other towns. It's pretty impressive.
Leverage.
Leverage is the word.
That's the word. Thank you.
You put up $10,000 and you get 110. That happened in Enosburg. Not only that, apparently Habitat for Humanity has a plan to build 2 houses on that land. So there's taxes that come into the town. We don't know. We want to be ready for a good opportunity that comes up.
Thank you, Carolyn. I think I saw Sarah Jo, you had?
I just wanted to make sure that people know about the town funds.
Thank you, Sarah Jo. Moving over to Paul.
Mr. Moderator, I'd like to move that we adjourn the town meeting.
Thank you, Paul. There's a motion to move. Second. Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anything against? We're adjourned. Thank you.